Later, we're making delicious cherry coconut scuffins with actress Valerie Bertinelli.
She is a board-certified gastroenterologist with a Harvard degree and associate professor of medicine at New York University, so she knows what she's talking about. I've got some questions for her. She's here to show us the importance of probiotics to good health. Please welcome Dr. Raj.
Welcome, Dr. Raj.
For the first time. You certainly know how to draw a crowd.
I'm so honored. Squeeze on the couch. Is it me or the bacteria? I'm not sure. Yeah.
Probiotics, we hear so many things about how good they are, how beneficial they are.
Right.
What are they? What is
Okay,
probiotics?
so probiotics literally are bacteria or yeast, any sort of microorganism that's good for you. So probiotic, good for your health, good for your life. Okay. And basically we all have bacteria in our bodies. Now we used to think all bacteria are bad, we want to get rid of them, they cause infection and disease. Now what we're learning in the last 10 to 20 years, the importance of the good, healthy bacteria that we have in our bodies. Billions of these on a cellular basis. We actually have more bacterial cells than human cells in our body.
Oh my goodness.
And they provide a lot of very important functions, not just for our gut, which is where they live, but they also provide health benefits for many other parts of our body, maybe even mental health, immune system, weight management, the list goes on.
But
and
we
on.
need these in
We
large
absolutely need them.
quantities.
So how do they keep us healthy then?
So very specifically in your gut, you have a gut lining, which is supposed to keep sort of the things that you ingest, the toxins, out of your bloodstream.
Okay.
Here you have those little kind of confetti looking things, those are the bacteria. They help strengthen that lining. If they become out of balance and you have too many bad bacteria as opposed to the good bacteria, the lining becomes weaker. It's easier for things to get into your bloodstream and trigger inflammation. We now know that inflammation is the root of all
Yes.
evil. It comes,
All disease.
Heart disease, cancer, diabetes, weight gain, dementia. So it's something we really want to keep control of, and one way to do that is to maintain a healthy microbiome, a healthy balance of good bacteria in your gut.
So what causes the growth of bad bacteria in our stomach? And don't say chips.
Or bacon.
It depends what kind of chips, because I do think diet plays a huge role. So processed foods, the way we're eating these days, not enough fiber in our diet, all of these things really can shift that balance towards the bad bacteria. We know that fiber is so important. We've known for a long time it's very healthy.
Yes.
Now we know one of the main reasons it's healthy is because it's considered a prebiotic. That means fiber fosters the growth of probiotics.
Nice.
And that's why when we, as Americans, the majority of us don't have enough fiber in our diet, we don't have that healthy bacteria growing because we need to up our fiber intake.
Wow.
Other things that can do it, of course, taking antibiotics that really can wipe out the good bacteria.
I mean, they
as
all
well as
say
the
that.
bad.
They
Kills it
hand those out
all.
like
It's sort of
candy.
not discriminating.
Yeah, but you
right.
know your doctor, when you take those, usually says, oh, eat some Greek yogurt.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
We try to balance it as much as we can, but you want to limit antibiotic use. And even just traveling, when you're going to other places where you're exposed to different germs, different bacteria, that can throw up the balance of your good bacteria.
Sure.
I know you have some questions.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
yogurt brings up. So I've always been taught that, like, to keep all of that, like when you land in a new place,
Yeah.
eat some of the local yogurt.
Yeah.
So is eating the right stuff, is that the way to maintain the good bacteria?
That's definitely-
What other things can we do?
Yeah, so you want to incorporate good bacteria into your diet.
So yogurt, yay.
Yogurt is great, but make sure it says yogurt with live and active cultures. Not every yogurt has probiotics. A lot of people assume it does. Make sure you check the label. Sometimes when they process the yogurt, they get rid of the bacteria, and you
Okay.
want it in there. But there are a lot of other fermented foods, things like kimchi, sauerkraut, tempeh, miso. These all naturally have, as part of the process when they're making them, probiotics and yeast as well, so things that are good for you.
Okay.
And now some food companies are actually supplementing things like orange juice, for example, with probiotics, so you can look for the labels there.
And we'll say with probiotics.
With probiotics, and then of course there are the actual supplements, which can come in a pill form,
Right.
a liquid sometimes. These are ways to sort of ensure that you're getting
But
your
don't you have to
daily
keep them in the
dose.
fridge?
Not always, and that's another misconception. So I have a lot of patients who say, well, I saw one probiotic, but it's not refrigerated, so it must not be good. Many of them are freeze-dried, so they're
Right.
actually live bacteria. They don't need to be refrigerated, which is
Yeah.
why it's great
Oh,
for
you're actually
travel.
eating bacteria. You're actually
Yeah.
Eating bacteria.
So
Believe it or not,
is
that's
that,
good.
When you're that bacteria, because I think of my son when he was sick before and had antibiotics.
Yes.
They told me to give him a probiotics. Now, is that something he should be having consistently, like the actual, like the pill or the powder or whatever form?
Well, I think for children, you know, this is an emerging field. So we're still learning more and more about the science. And there haven't been tons of studies done on children, on pregnant women. Generally, it is very safe for healthy children. But But I think the best thing for kids is try to get it in their food. So giving them a probiotic yogurt every day, fantastic idea. If they do need to take antibiotics, and of course we want to limit the amount of antibiotics our kids get, then you give them the supplement while they're taking it and probably for a few weeks out.
Okay, so supplement just during that.
I would say so.
I was told my daughter actually has problems with like bowel movements, and she eats so healthy too, which is so weird. And I've been told by so many moms, like on my blog and social media, to give her a probiotic.
Yes.
So will that help her? We actually did just recently start giving her, and it's not refrigerated. It's like in a little
pouch, and you put it over the food.
I
did the same thing for Alexandra.
Did. So
It's definitely worth a try, and the reason is when you replace the good bacteria and rebalance your gut, the gut just tends to work better. It moves more quickly. It helps with constipation. It can also, ironically, also help with diarrhea. It can help with bloating. So it's definitely worth a try. And of course, other things for kids we always try is like the old-fashioned remedies, prune juice, more water, getting them more active. But children also go through phases like this, and the good news is they usually grow out of it. So you know, a
My
little
parents
patience.
used to make us have a glass of prune juice every morning at breakfast.
Yes,
To this day, I hate it.
Now you can just take probiotics.
Exactly.
Same thing.
There you go. There you go.
So I love that you say our gut is our second brain.
It is. It is so fascinating. And as a gastroenterologist, I feel so lucky because I feel like my time has come because it's not just about the gut anymore. Our gut actually has neurotransmitters, the same neurotransmitters that work in our brain when we're anxious, when we're happy. Serotonin really reside in our gut as well. It also has a very robust immune system in our gut and immune cells. So what's going on in your digestive tract really can help and affect your immune system, your mental health, your inflammation overall in your body. And that's why it's so important to keep that center as healthy as you can.
Now, all these probiotics that we're taking, we're ingesting, and we're learning all about, there are even more new discoveries now for probiotics. I know that there are some pretty amazing ways to use them on our skin.
So fascinating, and this is something I'm personally so in love with, so much so that I started a skincare line based on probiotics, because just like we have a microbiome in our gut, we also have a skin microbiome, and this is our largest.
I was afraid you were going to say that.
This is our largest organ. Think about it, and this is what's facing the elements, exposed to unhealthy bacteria as well as other things, but replenishing the good bacteria. And my line is called Tula. We have probiotics in our actual skincare, which replenishes your good bacteria so that you strengthen your skin's defense barrier. Just like the probiotics, fix the gut lining, we're now making your skin's defenses better so that you lose less water, you're better hydrated. It has anti-aging properties in terms of wrinkles and skin elasticity. I'm 46, so for me this is a very personal journey.
You look amazing.
Did you bring samples?
Give me what you look.
Absolutely.
You look 26.
Well, thank you. I think it's the Tula and the probiotics. But this is, not just my line. This is a trend, not just a trend, a movement in skincare. And dermatologists are really looking into this for not just anti-aging, but rosacea, eczema, acne. This is really the new frontier in skin health, and we're just excited to be part of it.
I think it's going to really take. I mean, that's just a gut feeling, but I think it's going to take off. You do really well.
I got to get that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ross.
Thank you, Dr. Ross.
You can get more information about our guest by visiting hallmarkchannel.com or drop by her website. The information is there at the bottom of your screen.
I've also got a gut feeling that Ken is up next, and his segment's going to be great.
Very good. The best way to get good things into your gut is through a pretty cup. So I'm going to show you how to make one lined in leather.